These side hustles, where the social media would have been without them. But why an idea of a side hustle is so appealing to us? Because it gives us the perception that with minimum amount of work, we can just get large sums of money or even become rich. But it could have been more false. Well, first of all, newsflash, you gotta work. And in terms of a side hustle, there are tons of good ones and tons of bad ones. A good side hustle would be something where you have to work. So for instance, driving an Uber or delivering groceries or delivering whatever, right? All of that is good, but the side hustles that are booming on the internet, or especially the TikTok, that are absolutely horrible, that you just waste time. So let's start with an example. Like the ones that are really popular right now is print on demand. So printing on demand is basically when you go on Etsy, you set up a shop and upload a few of your designs to mugs, shirts, or wall art and whatever. And whenever someone places the order, you go to the third party and you outsource to them all the manufacturing and taking care of the deliveries, while you just come after a few weeks and collect the money. And it looked so appealing that, damn, I wanted to try it. So the whole thing took me like an hour to set up. I uploaded a few AI generated images and I really experimented with them. Well, first of all, I decided with wall art, especially with motivational wall art, because on TikTok they were kind of like trends booming. It was before New Year, so 2024 has to be motivational. We have to set up resolutions and all that. So I set those up. I found some designs, I uploaded them. I tweaked them a little bit, but I also experimented a little bit with art. So I uploaded abstract, impressionism, expressionism, or a few landscapes. And I also uploaded a few Christmas themed wall art. And after a couple of weeks, when my shop was eligible, I set up advertising. I set up all the SEO keywords. Like, I'm telling you, the whole thing took me like an hour. It wasn't that big of a deal. Guess how much I sold for the last month? Zero. So it was like low investment. Like you can spend like $1 a day for advertising. And the third party that is responsible for printing and delivery, they just take a cut from the price that customer pays. So you get a half and the half goes to manufacturer if your margin is 50%, right? So why didn't it work really? Because millions of people are doing that right now. Especially when it became popular, people literally rushed to Etsy and uploaded their designs, but it didn't matter, because when that kind of side hustle is oversaturated, and when that happens, the only two defining keys are marketing and the pricing in terms of Etsy print on demand, right? So you can do advertising or any kinds of marketing on posting social media, all that is good. But let's be honest, you're not putting any effort to it. You're just uploading your designs and you're good. People who actually were doing that for a couple of years now, they have thousands of positive reviews on Etsy. They have guarantees, they have the star seller mark from Etsy. Now you come in with your designs and thinking, all right, now I'm gonna make a quick buck, but that's not gonna happen. Even then, they have to compete with millions of people who are already on Etsy selling the same shit all over again. Customers are still gonna go to them because they were first, they have guarantees, and they have thousands of reviews, so they're gonna trust them more than you who just came with some AI print designs with 0 reviews from nowhere, just started selling. Okay, not you particularly, that was me, but still, it was to make the point that I really didn't put any effort, but still the concept of making money was there. And when you are in that oversaturated market or side hustle, you have to be really good marketer to market your product properly, and it has to be really good so that people are actually talking about it and generating buzz on their own. And only then you're gonna start generating some money after months or even a few years of hard work. Again, we're talking about those oversaturated bad side hustles. But let's compare quickly a guy who builds yachts and a guy who started selling print-on-demand mugs on Etsy. One guy has to make one yacht, sell it, relatively low effort in marketing, but he has to sell it once to be good for another 2 years until he decides to start making another yacht and sell it. And on the other hand, you have a guy who just set it up low investment Etsy store and started selling print-on-demand mugs. He has to compete with million people, he has to compete with professionals that are already on the market, and he has to be really freaking good at marketing. And even then, he's not gonna get rich, he's just gonna make some money. Those influencers that tell you that they got rich with print-on-demand, they were on the market for years already, they were working very hard, and now they're making videos for you how to make that print-on-demand shop, making it seem effortless. Those side hustles from social media gives us wrong perception that you can become rich or make large sums of money really quickly with no effort whatsoever, which could be further from the truth. If you want to make, as they say, money while you're asleep or having passive income. It's not something that you have to put a few hours and then you're good. You still have to work hard on those shady side hustles from TikTok. But if you take the same effort and energy and develop your skills a little bit, you can make even more money steadily and surely. Or actually put all of that and set up the business that you want, do the things that you want, be fulfilled, and actually enjoy your life. All right, what a few other cool side hustles I heard. Okay, the dropshipping from TikTok, when you set up a partnership with some AliExpress sellers and you sell in Europe. So basically you sell something really cheap and shitty for inflated prices where the demand for it is high, but there's no supply, right? So somewhere in Europe, for example, and you basically just set up that partnership between AliExpress and Europe, and you just pocket yourself the difference between the prices from AliExpress and prices that you sell in Europe. So aside from the fact delivery takes months, that they have to pay for customs and they get shitty product and there are tons of competition. Just remember the expression, if getting rich was easy, everybody would do it. And if everyone is trying to do it, if you hear constantly about some kind of side hustles from TikTok or any other social media, run away from it. It's just like stock market. You're already late and there are already millions of people out there. You're not gonna make any money there. Just move on, start up your business or elevate your skills. Make sure you develop high value skills, sell them on Fiverr. That is a much better way of a side hustle. Because first of all, you create value, you get real money, and you actually moving on with your career. Another side hustle that I hear constantly was OnlyFans. So my friend actually decided to start that modeling agency. So he found the model. I asked him for raffle because it's really curious how it worked. It didn't work, by the way. So he spent on it about 4 months. He found the model. So they bought some advertising. So the model had problems with police, and then they couldn't find another model, and the model didn't want to do TikToks or something. And long story short, 4 months in, he didn't make any money. Just wasted a lot of time, and yet he had a team and the models, and it's just, again, oversaturated. But before you rush into comment section and start typing that he didn't put enough effort or anything, like, of course, if you know what you're doing and if you have the expertise and people with you and you actually dedicated and you really want to work on those things, then yeah, there's no reason why you can't succeed. But it's about that mindset, fact that you can just go there, put a couple hours of effort and just set everything up, like third parties, outsourcing, someone doing that, someone doing this. You just come delegate everything and then you collect the money at the end of the day. That doesn't work. That's why if you're pursuing those side hustles constantly, if you watch those influencers on TikTok, that's why you're just gonna keep staying poor, and you're not going to be moving on anywhere, and you're not going to be developing any skills. So do yourself a favor and actually invest in real seminars or any real courses, or start your own business. We have a lot of content on our channel on how to do that. It's not as hard as it seems, as long as you are dedicated to it, willing to work, and have the right materials, tools, and people. If you hear about some kind of side hustle on the internet or TikTok, and immediately they start saying that you don't have to invest any money or it doesn't take a lot of effort, then just know it's over. There are millions of people trying that, the same thing, and they're losing. It just doesn't work that way. And another one that is really going crazy right now is AI influencers. AI influencers are basically AI generated images and videos, but people right now are going crazy. They're generating those images, they're putting them on Instagram, TikTok. They find a few videos of girls who are already dancing on TikTok. They swap faces, they change the background a little, and there you go, you got an AI influencer. They make partnerships with company to promote their products, and they earn affiliate commission. And again, they get tons of money. First of all, what kind of company would want to associate its products with AI influencers? Not a lot, but again, is that perception that you just can go and quickly create something, start selling immediately. Social media is an amazing tool for creating money, right? It's an amazing tool for generating wealth. But again, finding long videos on YouTube, cutting them in pieces and uploading them as shorts on TikTok, and then selling that as affiliate partnerships, it's again, really hyped, but very rarely works. With those side hustles, there are only a few people who can succeed it, and then they just sell you the idea of a side hustle on that social media. Just bear in mind that they're making money because they're selling you that idea that you can also start making money off that side hustle. but they're not making those side hustles. They're just making videos about the side hustle because they know they're not gonna get rich with that. So yeah, just think a little. Okay, just be smart, work hard, do what you love, and I guarantee you will be wealthy, rich, and all of that, and you don't need those side hustles.